Hey everybody, welcome to E-commerce Success by At360, the channel that helps businesses be happy, productive and successful. Before we get in today's video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel and put a comment below. It's going to take you a second, but it's going to make a massive difference for the channel. Each of these actions is going to make us more visible, which means we're going to be able to help more people. And if you know someone who's doing e-commerce and who's struggling to get more sales, please share this video with them so we can help them get out of this problem. So this video topic is extremely serious. I've actually seen in the past few weeks several people in that situation. Sometimes they spent months or even years building a product, setting up their business and creating a beautiful website, only to get in the predicament of having zero sales. And this is really heartbreaking. The good news is there are a few very simple things that you can do to avoid being in that situation. Before we get into it, this video is brought to you by At360, the easiest app to increase sales and manage all your ads in one place in Shopify, but more on that later. Okay, let's discuss the topic. Let's get right into it. So the top 5 reasons why you have zero sales. These are not going to be very advanced problems. We're going to focus on simple problems, but which have the most negative impact on your business. And the good news is sometimes it's quite easy to fix. So let's get into the first problem. So the first problem is broken website. It might seem obvious, but you would be surprised how many people just have a malfunctioning website. It doesn't load, it's too slow, the checkout button doesn't work, and that's the number one reason. So it might seem very obvious, but before we get into any of the other reasons, you have to ensure your website is functioning properly. Test it yourself, make a sample order, make sure you can go through the whole process and actually pay for your product and the checkout completes and is valid. Go through the whole circle, make sure it actually works from end to end. The second reason I see is not enough visitors. Sometimes people get started online and they haven't had any previous experience. They don't really know what to expect. They see 20, 30, 40 people coming to their website and they're very surprised not to get any sales. So to give you a rule of thumb, which of course it's going to depend for all businesses, but as a rule of thumb, an average conversion rate in e-commerce is around 1%. The conversion rate is the proportion of people who buy a product out of all the people that go on your website. This means if you have a 1% conversion rate, that for every 100 people that go to your website, you're going to get one sale. Of course, this number varies drastically depending on the website, the company, the brand, the vertical, what type of product you're selling. But let's use 1% just to simplify calculations. So if you're getting less than 100 people, it's actually not very surprising you're not getting any sales. On the contrary, if you have 500 people coming in your website and you still have zero sales, that's when you can start to worry. So this is just a rule of thumb to see, are you actually in a big problem if you have 500, 1,000, 2,000 visitors and no sales? Or is it just that not enough people know about your website and your products yet? The third problem is not the right visitors. So in the previous problem, if you had a few hundred people, a few thousand people coming to your website and no purchase are being made and you're sure the checkout process is not faulty, then it just means that the product market fit is not right. Or at least it means that the people that come to your website are not the right people that you need to get to your website. To fix that, the easiest way to go is just changing the way you bring people to your website by doing more targeted ads or more targeted communication, social media sharing, and focus on the very precise groups of people that are going to be interested in your product. To give you one example, instead of showing an ad to everybody in the US or North America, target on a very specific city and a very specific group of interest of people that will be most likely to buy your product. It's going to make a massive difference. Number 4 is not re-engaging with visitors. Now this is very important and this is a bit more advanced. In average, statistics have shown that people buy after 7 to 13 expositions to your brand. This means that on the customer journey is all the steps that exist in the lifetime of your relationship with your customer. It's going to take a few different interactions before they end up purchasing your product. This can mean that they first see you in the social media, maybe they don't click the first time, they see another post, then they go to your website, they leave, they come back after receiving an email, then they leave again, then they see a targeted ad showing a discount on the very product they're interested in, and finally they go to the website, they look at the product, maybe they see something else that interests them, and finally they make a purchase. So it's very usual to have a customer relationship and customer journey like this. It's extremely rare that someone that hasn't heard about you, hasn't heard about your business, goes on your website and buys on the first time they go to your website. It's extremely unlikely. Before people make a purchase, they need to know you, they need to trust you, they need to have information about your brand and product and values, and then they take all this information into consideration and they make a purchase. So the biggest mistake you can do if you do have visitors and you know that targeted visitors who are interested about your products, but you're not getting sales, it means you're not re-engaging with them. So how to do that? There's a fantastic guide of which I'll put a link to in the description about retargeting. If you don't know what retargeting is, I'll make another video specifically on this topic to explain, or you can read the guide which has all the information you need to understand how to implement retargeting and how it's going to make a massive difference in your business. But basically retargeting is the process of taking someone that's leaving your website, showing them a targeted ad which has exactly the right information they're interested in, and really hitting at the core of what the people want to look at and bringing them back to your website thanks to that ad so that they can complete the purchase. You're only showing this ad to a warm audience who already knows about your brand and product, and that's why it's performing way above any other ad possible. Another way of re-engaging with visitors is if they've left the email, they've subscribed to your newsletter, you can send them regular messages, news about your shop, new products arriving, and that's a fantastic way to keep the relationship engaged and nurtured. Okay, and the last one, number 5, it's too difficult for people to buy. And again, this might seem obvious, but it's actually not. You would be surprised at how many different businesses have websites that are hard to navigate, no clear product being described, no button or call to action to lead people to the product page and to the purchase action. And as a result, not because they're not interested, but more so because they don't really understand how to progress, people leave the website before they can make a purchase. Sometimes just because they didn't find the option of seeing and buying the product. In this screenshot, this is an example of a website which I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. And they had a fantastic website, beautiful, nice pictures, and they were selling meal plans and keto diet guides. They explain how to hit a healthy keto diet, lose weight while feeling good about yourself. The product was amazing, but it was difficult to find. You see here you have a description and a little paragraph, you have nice image, but no link, no button, nothing to lead you to the product page. And as a result, people were just leaving the website without doing anything. So a very important rule that I've read on Reddit, and I'm going to deliver it the same way I read it because I found it so powerful. This is the quote: you have to make it easy for people to give you their money. If people want to give you their money, make it easy for them. Okay, so that means putting big buttons, obvious links to the product page, buy now, checkout. Like, it has to be easy and obvious. If you make it difficult, you're going to get less sales. And as a rule of thumb, you want to have several call to action buttons on your homepage. You want one at the very top in the first screen that people see. You want one a bit below once you've explained a bit more about your product. You want one in the middle of the page after they've skimmed through more information. And you want one at the bottom of the page after they've completely scrolled down, they read everything there was to read. At the bottom of the website, there you want to make it easy for them to go to the next step, which is see the product and buy it. Okay, that's it for today. These were the 5 most frequent reasons and biggest reasons I've seen for people not having any sales. Hopefully you got something out of it. You can apply this to your business. Ad360 is a wonderful app if you want to go in more details about retargeting, managing all your ads, bringing the right people to your website. I definitely recommend you talk to us. We can show you a free demo. We can do a free audit of your website, and there is a free trial to get started with Ad360 and help you grow. So I will put in the description below the link to book a demo, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.